Well, first of all, congratulations to Ohio State and Gene Smith and Urban Meyer for a fantastic season. Played extremely well tonight, played extremely hard tonight, and we knew we'd expect that. We knew we'd have to play really well to win. Could not be prouder to be associated, or could not be prouder to be associated with a greater group of guys and the guys in that locker room, and two of them up here with me right now. And what these guys weathered and persevered through this season was amazing. The coaches, our entire staff, our entire administration, and everybody that contributed us to this getting here. And we've unfortunately had some experience in this spot, and it's not much fun because these guys had a great season. Not a good season, a great season. And to end it like this is certainly not the way we wanted to do that. But again, could not be prouder to be associated with these guys. Well, they're an outstanding defense. We knew that coming in, and they did some different things both on that drive and throughout. Not different things completely schematically, but by kind of percentage of what they had done to that point. And, you know, we had a couple opportunities to convert a couple huge third downs and had some plays there to be made. You know, didn't execute in the red zone. That was on me. A couple of those things, and then third down. You know, third down was a big deal, and part of that was precipitated by not being great on first and second down and getting in some third and longs, which is not where you want to be against any defense, let alone those guys. Tonight, and there were a lot of great nights and great days with these guys that led up to tonight and caused tonight, and at some point we'll be able to relish those. I don't know when that happens anymore, but yeah, it's a tough pill to swallow, knowing everything that these guys put into this season and how much we want these guys to be successful in the minds of everyone.
We're going to go back on the camera stand in the way back.
Mark, 4 years ago in Arizona, Chip Kelly proclaimed we'll be back in a similar situation. How confident are you in the future of this program to be back on this stage? Extremely confident.
It's really hard, but you know, Oregon, the University of Oregon is a place that obviously that can happen and has happened. Everything is in place from a you know, a support standpoint and a facility standpoint and an infrastructure standpoint. Talent, our coaching staff is outstanding, and you know, the leadership is outstanding, and that's kind of all the ingredients.
Coach, Mark Tracy from the New York Times. I was wondering, with the new quarterback coming in for Ohio State, did that make it more difficult to kind of game plan against him if there was less tape? And relatedly, perhaps, is that how Ezekiel Elliott was able to have a particularly standout game?
No, I think they're able to have standout games because they're exceptional athletes. You know, both those guys were very highly sought after guys, and you know, very talented guys that do a lot of good things. And as for the lack of film and all that stuff, I think that no. I mean, he played really well, and they did a good job of kind of banging with their run game very well, and as we knew coming in, again, creating one-on-one situations, and those guys made some unbelievable plays in the first half. You know, the one was pinned against our DB's back, and he made that catch. The other one down about I don't know what that was, a 40-something yarder. Our guy, I think, got his hand on it before the wideout did, and those are, you know, your fractions of an inch from getting home in the pass rush, your fractions of an inch from getting the play, you know, at DB, and those kind of, you know, wore on us.
We're going to go again back to the television riser.
Mark, Warren Williamson, Oregon Duck Football News, here in the back.
We're going to take, I'm sorry, keep going.
You talked about how proud you are of this team. You've overcome so many things this season with injuries and other items. Can you maybe just give us an idea of how proud you are again of what this team has gone through this year and ending up here in the first ever playoff, and just how proud you are of this season overall?
Well, I think that's just it. Again, you know, people talk, which I think is and I talked about this last week a little bit. It's unfortunate and a little bit, you know, insulting in a lot of ways that whoever loses this game, the word failure comes up as a descriptive for the season. And there's, as I told these guys in the locker room, that will never exist in these guys' vocabulary, the way that they've persevered through what they've done, and the assistant coaches, everybody in our program, every player to a T has just battled and gutted this thing out for each other and with each other, and wanting to put the right finishing touch on it, and that not happening is gutting to me for them. But yeah, this was an unbelievable journey, and to get to this point with this group of guys is something that none of us will ever forget.
Mark, Kerry Eggers, Portland Tribune. Elliott's game was amazing. Can you talk a little bit about the troubles you guys had stopping him?
Yeah, I mean, he's again a tremendous player. I mean, when you have him being as fast and physical as he is, and then you trump that with a 200 and whatever he is, 55, 60-pound quarterback, as those are three pretty good hammers when you add in the fly sweep game and some of the other stuff that they're able to do. But he is an exceptional player, as is their offensive line. Their offensive line did a really nice job. Again, our defense created some turnovers, and we needed to complement one another a little bit better tonight. But again, a lot of credit to those guys.
Go right back here in the middle.
Coach Jay Allen, Rip City Radio, right in front here. 2 of 12 on third down. How much of that was execution or lack of execution, or did it have something to do with their defense, or a little of both?
Well, everything, and even more importantly, first and second down. If you're in third and mediums and third and shorts, you've got a lot more options and a lot more things that they have to defend. And we were in a ton of 3rd and 6 pluses, 7 pluses that allows them to really get after you up front and be a little bit more diverse in their coverage. So it's always kind of a combination of all those things.
We have time for just a couple more. We're going to take right down here to the left.
Mark, what's Marcus's legacy at Oregon, and could you put into context the kind of year he had? Again, on the outside, a couple people mentioned this leading up to this game. On the outside, there's that thing that you have to win a national championship to solidify everything, and I don't know if that's necessarily true. I think, Dan Marino was a pretty good player, and some of these other guys that have legacies and not have a national championship, 2 or 3 bowl wins, depending on how you count it, and the stuff on the field. I think you could certainly argue that this was the best, if not, certainly one of the top 2 or 3 greatest seasons in college football history. And then if you add in the person and the legacy that he has from that standpoint, there has never been one greater. None.
Coach, again, back on the television riser to your far left.
Coach Rob DeMello from KHON in Hawaii, back here. Along those same lines, if this happens to be Marcus Mariota's last game as a Duck, what would you say he brought to the University of Oregon that has changed it forever?
That's kind of, I love this guy and will forever, and absolutely couldn't be luckier to coach him and be around him every day. And I think he's kind of one of those guys. It's around our neck of the woods. It's kind of like Madonna or Cher or whatever. It's Marcus, and that's kind of his name has reached. He's an adjective and definitely a very again, the impact that he's had on the field is extremely significant. Off the field, probably even bigger.
Last question right here in the front left.
Coach Stan Brock with Coin TV in Portland. Can you explain to all of us the challenges for you and your young players for this new playoff format and the things you've gone through?
If anything, it's just the newness of it. Certainly, you get to the point where you're playing for the Pac-12 championship, and then it's one avenue, and then you're committed 100% to winning that game, and then congratulations and high fives, and then you flip around and get ready for another outstanding team. So, especially given the fact that we had the loss midway through the season, it was do or die, so to speak, from then on out for our football team. And to see these guys do what they did every single day in the face of some extreme adversity was just really impressive. And something again, all the lessons that they used to get to this point will be with them forever.